you know, I want y'all's input. I want to know from the wood community, the firewood guys. I mean, y'all know better than I do. I am heavily in the market. I'm doing all the research. I've looked at Easton Made. I've looked at the newer Wolfe Ridge stuff. I've looked at the all wood stuff. I've looked into the brute force stuff.
The windows closed, the fear and doubt. I stopped and turned, trying to find out. There might be something I forgot, but all I know is that I miss you a lot.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Kenzie, the wood guy, NTS. Glad to see you come back for another video. We ain't got a lot going on today, and I don't have much time to do stuff. But the past couple days we've been a little bit busy. The maples that we took down the other day, we got bucked up and downsized. Right here's kind of the usable straight grain wood. All the stuff that's not sellable, I am going to be given to a friend of mine with a wood boiler. We've already got one tote here full, and we've got all these rounds right here still to go. And then we picked up some red oak, some white oak, chestnut oak. We picked up a bunch of poles in the grapple truck the other day from a logging job a buddy of mine done. He left a bunch of firewood poles sitting around, and they've been sitting there for probably about 2 years. I cut one, I guess it was Thursday we did this, and the moisture content was sitting right around 24 to 25%, sitting as rounds. Of course, they've been sitting around for a little while, but that's a lot drier than, you know, most of the fresh green stuff we split around here. So I'm gonna start working on this this pile. It's about, I don't know, 6 foot tall and probably about 30 foot long right here. I guess we'll see how much this yields. Some of it's kind of some ugly wood. We'll have some scrap come out of it, but a lot of it's pretty straight little, you know, ideal size rounds for the 4-way on the Wolfe Ridge 28 Pro. That's what I've got. I've had it for about 5 years now. I think it's got about 370 hours on it or so, and it's been a great machine, starter machine. But I am heavily in the market. I'm doing all the research. I've looked at Easton Made. I've looked at the newer Wolfe Ridge stuff. I've looked at the all wood stuff. I've looked into the brute force stuff. I've just got a decision to make. Really, the all wood and Easton Made are the only two that allow an option for the log lift to be on the other side, because the way I've got mine set up right here, I'm going to be working off what you would consider the driver's side of the trailer. So I need the log lift on the uphill side right here. And as you notice, most of them out there on the market right now, the log lift would be on the downhill side, and that's just not going to work for my operation. Now, I haven't spoke to anybody about it yet. All I've done is look online at the options, and I think I made one social media post. It's just something that I've got to figure out. Do I want a box wedge? Because that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, is using a box wedge, because most of my wood is not this size right here. Most of my wood, it's not even that size over there. A lot of that over there I should have actually chipped, but I wanted to save some for the processor and try to, you know, have a high production day. But the box wedge is more suitable for very large rounds. because right now I'm downsizing it, as Mike from Outdoor with the Morgans, he calls it downsizing. I downsize it with the skid steer, the Jenkins wood splitter on the skid steer. And if I can get away from having to do that, that's one less step. Now, of course, I'm still going to get logs that I'm going to have to do that with, because like that red oak log that I gave you a teaser with the other day, you're not putting that on a log lift. You're not going to be able to man that thing around. I don't care what kind of cant hook you have, or you know, any of the other variables. It needs to be downsized. But you know, the production speed of a 6-way, well, I mean, them new Allwoods are phenomenal looking machines. The Musclewood, the Bloodwood series, I looked at the there's a YouTube video of the Bloodwood with the dual log lift. It's black, and that thing is phenomenal. And I'm just trying to get all my ducks in a row before I purchase something and then, you know, have buyer's remorse. I don't want to regret nothing. You know, we know how much this stuff costs, and buy once, cry once. That's kind of the thought process I've got on it. But I'd love to hear everybody's input. Do you have a boxway? Do you have, you know, a traditional horizontal with a 4, 6, 12 way? Like, you know, what do you use? And why did you choose that? That's really that's really what I need to get into. I mean, I know every wood guy's got to have a different you know, style of wood that he's going to get. Some people buy wood, some people, you know, just go out here into the woods and cut it down. You know, we're a tree service, that's what we do. So most of our wood is going to be kind of ugly. I get a lot of the, you know, large logs and whatever I don't sell to a sawmill or keep to the side for myself to saw, it becomes firewood. And it's just, you know, that thought is weighing on me of which one is going to suit my needs more. Again, Chris, 5 years ago, this 28 Pro has been absolutely, you know, a wonderful machine. It was a huge step up from what we had, you know, before. We had just old box store, just like everybody starts out with. Before that, I had a homemade wood splitter that my dad, my grandfather built. So every step of the way, we've been able to increase production, increase the, you know, the creature comfort features on these machines, and now it's time to really step it up into a high volume production unit. That's really what I want. You know, we sell, I probably don't sell, but maybe about 60 full cords a year. But I think that's primarily because we're limited to how much we can actually produce right now because of the speed of the splitter. We always got wood sitting around. That's not the issue. It's just how much can we actually produce in a day. And it's not like firewood is our absolute full-time gig. It's not. Tree services, the firewood is just the, you know, we've already been paid to take the tree down and haul it away. So how can we continue to turn that into more revenue? When it's bad weather, when it's cold, when it's really hot, when we don't want to do a job, you know, this is what we do, is we produce firewood. So I mean, so the box wedge, the 6-way, 4-way, like all these are set up for our bundle wood, you know, for next year's. I'm trying to keep these out here on the roadside, that way they get the most wind, dry out the fastest as possible. As far as our bundles, we only do oak. You know, as far as bulk, we're introducing the maple and the cherries into. For 6 years now, we've only done oak, and it's kind of foolish to not put in more wood that we get that is a good firewood. Nothing wrong with maple, nothing wrong with cherry. No, they don't have the exact same BTUs, but as far as my motto, every stick is a BTU, and I firmly believe that. While I still want to be a little picky, every stick is a BTU. It'll all create heat. If you're cold, fire helps. So we're going to introduce that into the bulk side of things. But as far as our bundles, you know, we're only doing oak. It kind of sets us out into a different market, because we offer a little different product than what, you know, the traditional bundles around here consist of. I could put maple in it and I could put cherry in it. It's just also the decals that I have, the stickers, the labels for the bundles specify only oak. So I might as well at least run out of decals before I start mixing in there. So, well, y'all hang out with me. I'll split a little bit of wood, but don't forget, like the video, comment on it, let me know what kind of splitter you have and why you chose that splitter. I'm really curious. I was taught a long time ago, you can learn from other people's mistakes, and you know, if we're spending this kind of money, like, tell me the pros and the cons of the machine that you chose and why. Help me avoid making that financial mistake and having to go back on it. Let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, you know, hit the bell. I've got a lot of content that I'm behind on producing the videos, but I've got a lot of content. Most likely I'm probably about 2 weeks behind. It's really hard to get into the house and go over there and hop on the computer when your kids say, "Daddy, play with me," or "Daddy, watch me." You know, you've got one choice. And while I enjoy making the videos and doing this, the kids, when they say, "Daddy, play with me," "Daddy, watch me," that's what Daddy's gonna do. So, but y'all hang out, we'll split some wood.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may. Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding, an easy kill, gonna leave it all behind. I think it's time for me to go, burn all behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Look at me, mama, what I've become.
I think y'all want to be bored watching me split with a relatively slower splitter by today's standard. So I reckon I'll probably split the rest of this by myself. But I really want to know if you are upgrading splitters and you are undecided between a box wedge and a traditional hydraulic wedge, but you wanted really fast production times and equal splits, no matter the operator. So if I hire somebody to and say, hey, go split this wood, I want to know that that wood is going to be a good product, but I still want it to be fast. I don't really care about the whole slash, you know, we can burn that and make it kindling. I can burn it in the furnace or the barrel over here. But, you know, I want y'all's input. I want to know from the wood community. The firewood guys, I mean, y'all know better than I do. I started out, well, I told you how I started out, and this 28 Pro is great, but I'd like to upgrade. So, I'm going to rely on y'all. What should I buy next? I got to buy something. That conveyor is getting real lonely over there. What is it? You got to tell me. Well, that's it for this one, fellas. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and remember, every stick is a BTU. It all burns, it all creates heat. Y'all hang around. We'll see you on the next one.